Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammil khayra bika nasta'in ya fatah. So today, inshallah, we'll be covering another story. You hear another story? Story of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Okay. You know Ibrahim alayhi salam's father's name? What was his father's name? No. His father's name was Azar. What was his father's name?
Yeah, I already know.
Azar. Say Azar.
Azar.
Yes. Okay. So Azar, he was somebody that was not Muslim. He used to worship idols, and he used to make idols as well. Pay attention, right? He used to worship idols and he used to make idols. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, he asked him a question. He said, "Ma hadi at-tamathil allati antum laha akifun?" Yeah, what are these idols that you make and then you worship them? Like, why do you worship them? Why do you make these idols? So his father said, "Qalu wajadna aba'ana laha abidin." You know, his Ibrahim alayhi salam's father. Who was Ibrahim alayhi salam's father again? Azar, right? So Azar said, "My father and my father's father, they all used to worship the idols as well. That's why we worship idols." Okay, that's what he's saying. So he said, قَالَ لَقَدْ كُنْتُمْ أَنْتُمْ وَآبَاؤُكُمْ فِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ, that you and all of your fathers and grandfathers, you guys are all wrong. What you're doing is wrong. You're not worshipping Allah. And your father used to worship idols, so he was wrong as well. So then he said, قَالُوا أَجِئْتَنَا بِالْحَقِّ مَنْتَ مِنَ اللَّاعِبِينَ. Like, who are you? You're like a little kid. His father is telling Ibrahim, "You're like a little kid. Who are you telling? You're telling us we're wrong and you're right. Like, is this? Are you joking? Are you trying to be funny?" He said, قَالَ بَلْ رَبُّكُمْ رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ الَّذِي فَطَرَهُنَّ وَأَنَا عَلَى ذَلِكُمْ مِنَ الشَّاهِدِينَ. No. He said, your Lord, the Lord of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who created the heavens, who created the earth, who created all of them. I bear witness that He's the creator of everything. Not your idols. Your idols can't do anything. So he said, وَتَاللَّهِ لَأَكِيدَنَّ أَصْنَامَكُمْ بَعْدَ أَن تُوَلُّوا مُدْبِرِينَ. When you leave, Ibrahim was telling his father, Azar, when you guys leave for your party, they're going to have like some type of festival. When you leave, I'm going to do something to your idols. You worship these idols, I'm going to do something to them. So they left for their party. Everybody left except for Ibrahim alayhi salam. He stayed back. He didn't go with them to the party. So what did he do? فَجَعَلَهُمْ جُذَاذًا إِلَّا كَبِيرًا لَهُمْ لَعَلَّهُمْ إِلَيْهِ يَرْجِعُونَ. What do you think they did?
He broke all the idols except the big one.
Yeah.
He tied the axe on the big one.
Good. So he broke all of the idols except for the biggest idol, and he put the axe, on the like the neck of the biggest idol. Okay. And then when they came back from their party, they saw what happened to their idols. Well, what happened to all the idols? You just said it. They were all broken, right? They were all broken. So they asked a question. The non-Muslims, they asked a question. قَالُوا مَنْ فَعَلَ هَذَا بِآلِهَتِنَا إِنَّهُ لَمِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Whoever did this to our gods, then they're very bad people. Whoever broke our idols. So they started talking. They started trying to figuring out. They started, calling 911, right, and asking, who broke these idols? قَالُوا سَمِعْنَا فَتًى يَذْكُرُهُمْ يُقَالُ لَهُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ. That we heard it was a young boy named Ibrahim. I think he was talking very bad about our idols. Remember the previous day he said, "I'm going to do something to the idols." So they remembered that. So I think that he might have done something. Let's bring him. So they brought him. فَقَالُوا فَأْتُوا بِهِ عَلَىٰ أَعْيُنِ النَّاسِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَشْهَدُونَ. They brought him in front of everybody and they asked, "Hey, Ibrahim, did you do this to your idols?" قَالُوا أَنْتَ فَعَلْتَ هَذَا بِآلِهَتِنَا. Yeah, Ibrahim, did you do this to our idols? Did you break all of them and put the axe on the biggest one? He said, No, I didn't do it. بَلْ فَعَلَهُ كَبِيرُهُمْ. The big one did it. Because where was the axe? On the big one. Okay, he said, بَلْ فَعَلَهُ كَبِيرُهُمْ هَذَا فَاسْأَلُوهُمْ إِنْ كَانُوا يَنْطِقُونَ. No, the big one did it. Why don't you ask him? And do idols speak? Idols can't speak, right? The idols are like wood, right? I mean, they can't evolve. They doesn't speak, right? Right? They can't move. So he made them.
Have a foot.
Yeah, they don't have a foot. Yes. So he made fun of them. He's telling him, if they're so smart, why don't you go ask them? Maybe they'll tell you. In Kanu and Tikun, if they can talk, they'll tell you who broke it. Yeah. Question.
He's trying to teach them a lesson.
Yeah, he's trying to teach them a lesson.
And
So
he's trying to cheat.
yeah. So فَرَجَعُوا إِلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ فَقَالُوا إِنَّكُمْ أَنْتُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ. So they started talking to amongst each other, like without Ibrahim alayhi salam there. They're like, oh man, Ibrahim alayhi salam, he's kind of making a point, you know. How are we worshiping these idols when they're just, you know, they're just like wood pieces, or they're just made out of, you know, things that we can create. They're not, it's not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But then ثم نكسوا على رؤوسهم لقد علمت ما هؤلاء ينطقون. They knew that idols couldn't talk, but then they, you know, they're like, no man, we're right. They felt like they're right, and they knew that Ibrahim alayhi salam did something wrong. So he asked him a question. قال فتعبدون من دون الله ما لا ينفعكم شيئا ولا يضركم. That, well, how do you worship somebody besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? They can't give you, they can't help you, and they can't hurt you. Can an idol beat you up?
No.
No. Can an idol help you if you're getting beat up?
No.
No, because it just stays there, right? So he said, أُفِّلْ لَكُمْ وَلِمَا تَعْبُدُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. He said, you know, shame on you. You're so dumb, right? You're so dumb. You can't even, like, how are you worshiping anybody besides Allah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help you when you need help? Can Allah help you?
Yes.
Right? And if you need something, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't ask the idols. So they all came together, and they knew that Ibrahim alayhi salam did this. So what did they say? How are they going to punish Ibrahim alayhi salam?
In the fire.
Throw him in the fire. قالوا حرقوه وانصروا آلهتكم إن كنتم فاعلين. Yes, that's what they thought. So they said that, you know, I'm going to throw him. We're going to all throw him into the fire, and we're going to watch him burn. Okay, and that they're going to get justice for their idols. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when they launched Ibrahim, they tied him. First they tied him, and they launched him into the fire. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked to the fire, and he told the fire what? What did he tell the fire?
To be cool and nice for Ibrahim.
Yeah, قُلْنَا يَا نَارُ كُونِي بَرْدًا وَسَلَامًا عَلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. That be cool and be very nice for Ibrahim alayhi salam. So the fire, it burned everything else around Ibrahim alayhi salam. It was burning. It was burning, it was burning, it was burning. It didn't like become frozen. It was burning. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was tied with a rope, right? That rope that he was tied with, that also burned. And some people, they even say that those, you know, the time that he stayed there, that was like the best time. Make sure you raise your hand if you're going to say something. So the time that he spent in the fire, that was like the best time. That was so comfortable for him. Okay. Do you know how many days he spent in the fire?
3 days.
3 days? 10 days? 7 days. He spent 7 days. وَأَرَادُوا بِهِ كَيْدًا فَجَعَلْنَاهُمُ الْأَخْسَرِينَ. They wanted to make him, you know, beat him. They wanted to kill him. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had a different plan for them. Okay. Yes. Question.
And all the people burned.
No, not all the people. Not all the people burned. They only threw Ibrahim alayhi salam in the fire. Nobody else. Okay. So what is the lesson that we learned from the story? What's the lesson? What point do you remember? Yes?
When Ibrahim they throw it in the fire.
Yeah.
All sticks burned.
Yes, everything else, all the sticks burned. Yes. Okay. What was the lesson that you learned, Ibrahim? From the story of Ibrahim? Ibrahim?
No.
Yeah? Give me one lesson. Yeah.
He broke all the idols and put the axe in the biggest one.
Okay.
And the food too.
The food? But there's no food there. What?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. All right. We'll stop here, inshallah. So the one lesson that we can learn is that you always speak the truth, right? Wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts you. We always want to speak the truth wherever we are. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al mursalin alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.